ago, I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot, you only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot, you only get one shot.
Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, moving. We making movies, moving, moving, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder, harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This here rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot.
2 teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They start the drive with Cook, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers a week ago for Cook. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Throwing on first down, Joseph. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Joe Tryon has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Joseph, incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and 3rd and 1 now. This defense for the Vikings, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. The Buccaneers hit 9-3 here on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. It's caught by Mike Evans. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now Wilson on first down. And this one caught downfield by Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Buccaneers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point attempt to come here. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, ask for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
On first down, Wilson. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They go play action with Wilson. Out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Play action. It's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Wilson on the keeper. Tackle made at the 38.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now it's Wilson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 31.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 5. First down.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Here's Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. That one caught by Gibson. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Wilson. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 5-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Inside handoff down to Fournette. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Wilson to throw. This is caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Buccaneers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
To throw on 3rd down, Joseph. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback taken down and sacked.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. White now to return. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
It almost pushed them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Up the gut, Fournette. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. The Bucs on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Forced out to his left. And he will slide down with a good gain. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's fourth.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. That's complete to White. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. It's a pick on the 16.
That was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Wilson. Fires quickly to White. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Now, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Joseph. And he'll just get rid of it. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Operating from the gun. Joseph. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Slide on for the field goal. A 62-yard attempt.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this will stay a 3-touchdown game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
All eyes on Zach Wilson leading his team back out for this next drive.
And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet. Oh, Fournette loses it. It's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Now the Vikings now heading onto the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run it again with Cook. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there.
And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Well, this jet sweep is so popular now in football, but Charles, here's the downside, a turnover.
Yeah, because you want so badly to get the ball in the hands of your receivers, let him try and create something. I think that when he took the handoff, he was thinking something big. Instead, he didn't feel the pressure, and the ball came free.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. He completes it right side to White. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
They stopped him in his tracks. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. they're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Setting up the screen for Cook. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now left side on the swing pass. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. Now Wilson looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. 7 yards there and a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
2nd and 8.
Throwing is Wilson. He'll check this one off to Fournette.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the route is on. It's 24-0.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And that one just before halftime with the Jaguars out on top. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. David Montgomery, a touchdown run in the victory. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Joseph. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Joseph. And this one too low. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Joseph. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
They begin with a run by Fournette, and he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. From the 25 on 2nd down, Wilson.
A pass underneath for Fournette.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the 1st.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson.
He'll find Fournette again here.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Joseph. And Cook has it, left side. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
When they got off the field on 3rd down, an excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. On the return, it's White. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. So out come the Bucs now.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Fournette running out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Zach Wilson.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score.
A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was Zach Wilson who took it in himself on the touchdown run to cap it off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll be lost 6 yards on the play. Staring at 30 here.
That wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of the play that looked like it was in trouble.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Wilson. Delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. Down to about the 45. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Throwing to start the drive. Joseph.
He'll get this one complete to Darden. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
They'll bring out 4 receivers, 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Into the hands of Darden. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Holding offense.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Joseph. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And got his man complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Touchdown, Vikings! Darren Waller, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is down to 24. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
2nd down, back to Fournette. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 62 yards on the ground for Fournette. It's a 1st down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A handoff to Fournette. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here's a give to Fournette. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Wilson to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got Auten. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he goes out right around the 39. On 1st down, Joseph.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down, Joseph able to find Waller. That's complete.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Throwing on 1st down, Joseph. And incomplete on the deep ball. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Joseph.
This ball complete to Thielen going across the middle.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Back to throw again. That one in, and it's out. He put it on the carpet. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
On 1st and 10,
Joseph. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
That'll be caught. It's Rager.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
They'll look to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun.
Joseph.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook.
And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Back to throw.
Joseph.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback. But, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead. But at the same time, got it done. And it'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead now down to 20. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay.
Well, if you step back and look at this, CD, a pretty impressive victory. Not the best defense in the NFL they were going against, but it is a top 10 defense in this league, and they're pretty sound, but yet they found a way to get it done and get the victory.
Yeah, I got to give them credit because I think their game plan was really, really strong for this one. They knew where they wanted to attack. They knew how they wanted to execute, and they did it with confidence and a little bit of verve as well.
So for Tampa Bay, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.